Good morning, everyone. My name is Tiffany, and I will be doing devotion for October 29th on Jeremiah chapter 52, verse 1 to 11. So let's read together. Zedekiah was 21 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem 11 years. His mother's name was Hamutal, daughter of Jeremiah. She was from Libnah. He did evil in the eyes of the Lord, just as Jehoiakim had done. It was because of the Lord's anger that all this happened to Jerusalem and Judah. And in the end, he thrust them from his presence. Now Zedekiah rebelled against the king of Babylon. So in the 9th year of Zedekiah's reign, on the 10th day of the 10th month, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, marched against Jerusalem with his whole army. They camped outside the city, built siege works all around it. The city was kept under siege until the 11th year of King Zedekiah. By the 9th day of the 4th month, the famine in the city had become so severe that there was no food for the people to eat. Then the city wall was broken through and the whole army fled. They left the city at night through the gate between the two walls near the king's garden. Through the Babylonians were surrounding the city. They fled towards the Arabah. But the Babylonians' army pursued King Zedekiah and overtook him in the plain of Jericho. All his soldiers were separated from him and scattered, and he was captured. He was taken to the king of Babylon and Riblah, in the land of Hamath, where he pronounced sentence on him. There at Riblah, the king of Babylon slaughtered the son of Zedekiah before his eyes. He also killed all the officials of Judah. Then he put out Zedekiah's eyes, bound him with bronze shackles, and took him to Babylon, where he put him in prison till the day of his death. So, it was kind of a lot. And if you didn't know what was going on, this is basically the last chapter of Jeremiah, or one of the last one. And it's kind of like the ending of a story, and it's not a very good ending because Zedekiah, he was basically living under King Nebuchadnezzar. I'll just call him Nebuchadnezzar, because that name is too long. So Chad basically gave Zedekiah a chance to just surrender, because at that time Judah was basically destroyed by Babylon, and God wanted them to repent and just to surrender, because it's not God's will to rebel against them. But Zedekiah again didn't care and did his own thing and ended up fighting back to Chad, aka Nebuchadnezzar. And of course, Mr. Chad is going to get angry because he let them live under his kingdom, but then he ended up trying to fight back. And then the consequence is Zedekiah ended up being captured, and sad things happened to his family, and he lost his eyes. So I think when reading this, it's very easy to think God is kind of scary, you know? He's a very powerful and loving God, but why do these things happen to the people that he loves? But I think it's important for us to think that he did give them a lot of chance to repent and to go back to him. But every time Jeremiah, the prophet, tried to tell them that, hey, this is not good. Like this is what will happen if you don't obey God. The kings like Jehoiakim, Zedekiah, because of the powers they have, they think that no, they have it all under control and they can be stronger, they can beat the bad guys or whatever. But in reality, nothing is stronger than God, you know? Like, I think, at least for me, it's easy to, again, do things our own way. But in the end, if we don't obey the one who created everything and just put our egos and pride away, it's hard to know what the real deal is. Does that make sense? I don't know, but yeah. For me, when I read this, we might all go like, I wouldn't have done that. I would have just stayed. Under Mr. Chad reign and just obey God. But I don't know, will you? When you have some sort of power and control over certain things, I think it's hard when you're in that position where you have to choose between power and God. You know, sometimes we want power because of course it feels good to be rich, powerful, and you can get to order people around. But you know, the real power holder is this one. It's God. And yeah, I think that's kind of what I took away from this.